Happy Tuesday! I apologize for not speaking in something more interesting. I realize I have a lesson plan to write for tomorrow that I totally haven't. My bad. Next week something more interesting. Promise. Okay. I just introduced a friend of mine to one of my favorite German actors. It's Matthias Schweighöfer, because I think he's adorable. He's adorable. He's the epitome of adorableness. Point. Anyway, I listed some of my favorite movies with him in them for a friend of mine, who I want to, expose him to. So I was just going to talk really quickly about some German movie recommendations I have. Movies, not kids shows or anything, but movies. So, fair warning, not all of them are available with English subtitles. So this video right now might be a little bit better for German learners among you. But I'm sure some of them do have English subtitles. One of them I know for a fact has English subtitles, or two of them rather. So if you just want to experience some German cinema, this might still be a good video for you. Anyway, before I get on the Matthias Schweighöfer track, let me just mention the thing that if you ask a German, they've probably seen. Keinohrhasen, with Til Schweiger. He's one of the biggest studs in Germany. One of the biggest, most famous, probably the most well-paid right now actor in Germany. And Keinohrhasen is, I think it's really funny, it's cute. Til Schweiger plays this paparazzi who makes a huge mistake in his attempt to take a picture at a private reception of a soccer player proposing to his girlfriend, and he has to do community service at a daycare or spend some time in jail. So he starts doing community service at this daycare, and the movie is his transformation from this jackass paparazzi guy into someone you can like a lot more. It's funny, it's cute, it's a teensy bit cliche, but if you just want something to make you smile, it's a good film. There's a sequel, Zwei Gucken, which it's a little dumb. You don't need to watch the sequel, but try Keinohrhasen. On the Til Schweiger track, Matthias Schweighöfer's in that one, by the way. Okay, on the Til Schweiger track, Kokowääh. Yeah, plenty of people have seen Kokowääh, again with Til Schweiger. The plot is mega cliche. If you saw the game plan a few years ago with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, yes, I totally just dropped that movie title. If you saw the game plan, you know the plot of Kokowääh. Kid that he doesn't know he has is dropped into his life, and he has to learn what it's like to be a parent. But I think it's a super cute movie, and just overall rather well made, in my opinion. Germans do this thing where they seem to really like the rom-coms or the really depressing movies. So Kokowääh, I'll write all these titles down. If I find links, I will add them. Anyway, Keinohrhasen, Kokowääh with Til Schweiger. Elias Mbarak, I might have pronounced his name wrong, and I'm so sorry if I did, but he is, if you remember from a few videos ago, he's a guy that schnitzes. Man, is he hot. And he's a pretty good actor, in my opinion. He's in Türkisch for Anfänger, which is beyond the boundaries of cliche. It's so cliche. It's perfect. It's also a TV series. I don't remember which came first, the TV series or the movie. Which came first, the chicken or the egg? But try Türkisch for Anfänger if you want an amazingly cliche and enjoyable experience. And recently he was in Fack, Göthe, which made it pretty big. I saw it in theaters shortly after its release. The theater was packed. It was funny. That one's a little bit offensive. Not offensive as in, well, okay, you might be a smidge offended by by Fuck You Goethe, especially if you don't like foul language. Türkisch für Anfänger, plotline kind of goes, these two families are both going on vacation at the same time, and the plane crashes, and the teenagers of both families, one a Turkish family with a single dad and one a German family with a single mom, the teenagers of the families get washed up on this island in the middle of nowhere. And they're trying to figure out how to contact their family who are in civilization. They're trying to like avoid the savages on the island. Meanwhile, the single mom and the single dad are having like a brewing love affair, and Turkish Anfänger is a hot mess, and I love it. Fuck you, Goethe is, again, watch for language if you don't like that, but basically, criminal who's finally done his time because he was in jail because he'd stolen money and refused to tell them where it is. He gets out of jail, he goes back to get the money because he has to pay off his debt. The money has been buried beneath a new school building that was recently constructed, so he goes to get a job at the school so that he can have access to the building and like dig for the money to get it back to pay his debt. He goes to get a job as a janitor at the school and somehow ends up getting a job as one of the new teachers at this Gesamtschule. And he gets the loser class. He gets the class that cannot be taught, has kein Bock, has absolutely no desire to learn. And at first he just does not care. He's only there to get his money. And then the movie shows how he changes as a person and what happens at the end with him and his class and his criminal past and his new love interest. I liked Fuck You, Goethe. I thought it was funny, with a few points that kind of made me go, but otherwise I liked it. Matthias Schweighöfer is an adorable, adorable person. My favorite movie with him in it, and probably one of my favorite German movies, period, is Friendship. It's based on a true story. It's the story of two East Germans. After the wall falls, they decide to go to the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco because it's the furthest west point from Eastern Germany that they can get. One of them has a kind of a secret about why he actually wants to go there, and they can only have enough money to get to New York, so they have to hitchhike the rest of the way across America, and they know almost no English. It's a great movie. I love that movie. That one, if you are worried about how fast you can keep up with German language in a movie, you might want at least German subtitles because they speak with a Schwäbisch accent. Matthias Schweighöfer was recently in two films that made it big, namely Frau Ella, which is based on the book. The movie directors changed it a bit, but it's based on the book. It made me cry, it made me laugh. Good movie. Ending a little bit predictable, but good movie. And Vaterfreude, Father Joys. And I loved that movie. That was such a good movie. I'm not even going to tell you what it's about. Just try and go find it. The last three, the Vaterfreude, Frau Ella, and Fuck You, Goethe are rather new in the past, since I've been here, so in the past 9 months. So I don't know if you'll find them. I'm sure you'll find them online. I don't know if you'll find them with subtitles, but take a look. Okay. Those are just the movies off the top of my head, and if you want a classic, you're not afraid of black and white or hardcore accents, go for Feuerzangenbowle. It's a classic. Germans watch it on New Year's Eve. Yeah, I had a little bit of trouble understanding some of the things they said just because of the older audio and accents. But it's the story of this guy who he and his buddies, his gentlemen's buddies, have too much punch one night, and they start telling stories about all the crap they pulled, all the jokes they pulled in high school. And he was homeschooled, the main character, so he didn't do any of this. So then he tells them a story, he just makes up what might happen if he was in high school, and the jokes he would pull if he went back. It's a fun watch. Maybe look for subtitles. Okay, I will write down all of these in the description, and if I find any links, I will add them as I find them. And there's a big film festival coming to the Heidelberg area, so I might, in a later video, add a little bit to this. Just add more movie names. Anyway, those are the ones I can think of right now. if you go watch them, I hope you enjoy them. And I will talk to you next week. Tschüss.